I hope you got your weenies ready, because the Pooh is back, and he's bringing honey and blood to the party. Today, my friends, we have gotten ourselves the first look at Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. Yep, I bet a lot of you forgot about that movie, and well, they're making a sequel, and they're planning to come out bigger and badder than the last one. I'm gonna be diving into the first looks of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, who have gotten redesigns. They've gotten away with the crappy little cheesy Halloween mask, as well as a brand new look of a new Winnie the Pooh character that is gonna get horrified for this movie. Getting into all the details here, but I want to hear from you guys, okay? Were you someone that paid to watch Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey? How did you feel about the movie? Are any of these photos or details you're hearing about Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey getting you interested, getting you a little excited? I hate that there is always a part of me that is willing to watch trash horror movies, not just because, you know, the views are okay on it on YouTube, but it's also kind of just like junk food fun. It's not good for me, but I can't help to watch. Alright, so yes, today The Hollywood Reporter exclusively revealed to us Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey sequel first look images revealed. And yeah, I've been following the director of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey on Instagram, and I've been seeing that they're in the middle of currently filming the movie. They're separate from the Hollywood writer and actor strike, one because it's a UK production, so it's not part of the US strike, and it's also a low budget independent movie. But the thing I noticed right away about these first look images is that they changed the look of Winnie the Pooh and his friends. Starting off with this photo here, we are looking at a redesigned Winnie the Pooh. The last movie, I'm pretty sure they just found like a creepy bear mask, painted it yellow, and then put it on a random actor. That was because the movie only had a budget of $100,000, but that $100,000 turned into $5 million at the box office, and is also what's giving them the bigger budget for this sequel. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't really know how to feel about the changed look. I do think it is for the better, because one of my biggest complaints with that first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is that, like, it felt like a guy in the mask, and he's not supposed to be. This is supposed to be an anthropomorphic bear with human qualities, but it just literally looked like a guy wearing a Halloween mask. So now that they have the increased budget this time around, it looks like they've added prosthetics. He's got a little bit of fuzz going on. He's gonna have some better facial expressions, because in the last movie, they just did like a little bits of CGI to make the mask move. And also with them showing us young Winnie the Pooh and young Christopher Robin, I guess we're gonna see the first time they meet up. And from the looks of this first time meeting, Winnie the Pooh was a bloodthirsty creature from the beginning, because he's got some bloody hands on him. Before I go on to showing you the next photos, let me read you a couple of quotes about this movie where they said, "Our sequel will have a substantially higher budget, so Rise is really able to create a shocking, explosive, and gore-filled movie. I truly think people will really dig what we are creating." And yeah, when we move on to the photo of older Winnie the Pooh, you can see some of the inspiration from the previous mask being put on to this new prosthetic look. I kind of do like it better. Like I said, it doesn't look like a guy just wearing a cheap mask. They have a little bit of fuzz to him. He's going to be able to have some facial expressions, because, you know, with prosthetics, it allows you to use your actual face expressions. Even in the last movie, Winnie the Pooh had human hands, but in this film, they got the budget to give him claws, so they're going to be able to lean in to the anthropomorphic animal side of him and make him feel a little less like a guy in a Halloween mask. I'm also wondering if they're going to have Winnie the Pooh be a lot more vocal this time around, because spoilers, if you haven't seen Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, by the end of the movie, Pooh talks.
"I'll stay with you forever. Take me instead."
Pooh speaking this time around, or at least little phrases here and there, would go kind of a long way for me. Now, another kind of exciting photo that reveals to us the redesign of Piglet and a brand new character from the Winnie the Pooh world being added in, the owl. These look kind of interesting. Now, one, if you watch Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, you would think Piglet died.
Is this what you did to Laura? And this?
But zooming in on his face, he's got scars, he's got stitches, so he survives the event and Winnie the Pooh cares to his needs. Again, since this time it's prosthetics and not just a mask, I'm digging it, I'm okay with it, it seems fine to me. Now getting on to the owl. Okay, now we're diving a little bit more into this Winnie the Pooh world, because I remember the owl in the cartoons being kind of like the voice of reason, sometimes even being a little snooty, okay? I remember you, owl. You thought you were better than everybody. But I will say, he looks more kind of like a vulture here than an owl. Now, the thing that could make it really interesting for me is if they play into the personality of the owl. Like I said, he's usually the voice of reason. He's smarter. It'd be interesting if this owl is not all up for the killing game and is kind of teeter-tottering between, okay, maybe we should slash or we shouldn't slash. Christopher Robin used to be our friend, you know, having some conflict in the group. That would add at least some layers to the movie, but I highly doubt it. That would take some creativity, and you know, that's kind of what the first movie lacked. One photo here, I don't even know what I'm looking at, but it looks kind of creepy. A disfigured person lurking out of a van. You know, for all the bad things I said about that first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, it did do two things right. I thought for low budget, the cinematography actually looked kind of cool, and they attempted some bloody kills with prosthetics in there. Now that they have the budget to do something more, I'm thinking the kills are going to be a lot more fun. They even say it here that you can expect the kill count to be a lot bigger, and that's really expected for all slashers. So although I'm not really going to get like my hopes up or think anything big about it, this could finally reach to that level of so bad it's entertaining, because I feel like that first one just wasn't there just yet. It just felt like a uncreative, easy way to make money, turning Winnie the Pooh into a killer. This time I'm like, okay, maybe you can actually do something with it and have fun and just be a trashy, fun horror movie. I get into those sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. They still bring joy to the world. Only other details we get about the movie is that this time our characters will be leaving the 100-acre woods, and I'm assuming to go pursue Christopher Robin, who got away at the end of the last movie. And I really like that, because I'm like, the whole point of ripping off Winnie the Pooh is at least use the lore, use the characters. Christopher Robin was in the first movie for like a total of 4 minutes total. But on that note, they're not just using the bigger budget for costumes, prosthetics, and probably better kills. They've also even exchanged out the talent. Like, the movie's going to be written now by Matt Leslie, who brought us Summer of '84 that has positive reviews online. That gives me faith in the story. They've even swapped out Christopher Robin in the movie. They've recasted the role. It'll now be played by Scott Chambers, and I'm assuming the reason for that is so we can actually get some acting done. I mean, just look at the photo they released. You see those eyes? They're teary. That's what SpongeBob would call actors. They even wanted to make it a point here in the article that they got an Oliver Award-winning BAFTA-nominated star, Simon Callow. So they're really trying to come back strong and hoping this sequel will be the franchise starter where they can make 1 million more. But yeah, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, man, go get it, man. Maybe something can happen here. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but I'll buy a ticket. I'll see it in theaters. I'll review it for you guys, and I just hope it's a lot more entertaining than that first film. You guys see these first looks and design changes of the Winnie the Pooh characters and the other 100-acre wood friends. You like it? Would you be interested in this one? Or you're just like, why are they still doing this? Let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.